Hey, ladies, this is a roll call for high achieving women who are ready to have it all without self sacrificing their own needs so that they can finally have the money they desire and deserve. If that's you, let's go. The first question I have for you is: do you ever feel like you're living two lives? You know, the one you share with the world, and then there's the one that you tell yourself and the one that you try to hide from everyone. Well, if you said yes, you're not alone. Many high achieving women struggle with those two identities. They publicly sacrifice themselves in order to try to measure up to whatever they believe is expected by the people in their lives. But when they look in the mirror, really look at themselves, they don't even recognize the woman looking back at them. Perhaps you can relate to this, and maybe a major life event has rattled your world, or a birthday's looming on the horizon and a new decade's about to begin. Whatever's going on, you might be questioning yourself, your value, and what you've achieved in your lifetime, and you feel exhausted, defeated, and unfulfilled. You might even question, is it even worth it anymore? Well, if this sounds all too familiar and you're ready to ditch the two-faced mask and take back control of your life, money, and future, then you're going to love what I have to share with you next. Hi, I'm Karen, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you how you can ditch that mask, the dual identities, and begin to live a life that you want so that you can stop the people-pleasing cycle of saying yes to everyone else, so you can stop playing small and safe and release the fear of shame, guilt that's been driving your decisions and making you feel unworthy and incapable of achieving what you want. And finally, you can let go of those thoughts and feelings of being an imposter or a fraud so that you can say yes to you and make your own needs a priority, so you can create a life that you love with confidence and confidently make big, bold decisions about what you want for your life. So you can feel worthy and deserving of the life you dream of, knowing that you are fully capable of achieving whatever it is that you desire as you attract more abundance into your life and finally make the money you deserve. But you need to know this first. You do not need to wait for a catastrophe to begin a new life for yourself. You also don't have to burn everything down and watch your life and health crumble before you, even if right now you can't see another way to make this work. I just want you to stay with me. There is another way. Many of the women who choose to work with me have been overwhelmed for far too long, silently waiting for a big event to come crashing in on them, such as a layoff, a divorce, or kids leaving home, just to give them an excuse to make a change. At times, they haven't felt like they have the courage or confidence to make the needed changes based solely on the fact that they wanted to make a change. So ask yourself, do I prioritize everyone else's needs over my own? And are they worth it and I'm not? I'm telling you, ladies, don't wait until it's too late. You can begin the life that you want and the life that you deserve today. I'm Karen Gray. I'm an executive mindset coach, and I know firsthand that there's another way because this was my story as well. And now I'm passionate about helping other women discover their value, transform their self worth, and start putting their own needs first so that they can finally earn the money they deserve and have a life that they love. I call this value awareness, or VQ, and it changed my life. So, how do we end up here to begin with? Stuck between wanting a life that we don't, wanting a life we don't have, but not knowing how to get it. I'm stumbling over my words because it's so crazy. More importantly, I'm pretty sure right now you just want to know how you can get the confidence, the life, and the money you desire and deserve, right? Well, I want to point out before we go any further that money isn't the problem or even the solution. Money is simply a physical manifestation of whatever you think, believe, and say to yourself. So, if you have a poor relationship with money, there's most likely something else going on inside your thoughts and memories that's showing up or manifesting as a problem with your money relationship. So, here's the bad news first. The money issue is going to continue to be a problem until you figure out what's happening subconsciously. For example, if you've been playing small, feeling insecure among your peers, or like that imposter or fraud I mentioned, underneath the drama, as I call it, is probably an event, thought, or lesson that you learned in early childhood that's tied to a trauma or an event. Sometimes people remember and know exactly what that is, but all too often we block out those thoughts or we aren't consciously aware of it because it's just too painful. Now, the old traditional way that most of us have been taught on how to deal with that pain is to pretend like it isn't there. As a woman, and especially if you're a mom, you've probably been taught that women should put everyone else's needs first. We're the sacrificial nurturer of others. And we end up wearing that as a badge of honor, being a martyr and self sacrificing ourselves like we're trying to get a Girl Scout badge. But this is how we show we're valuable, right? In this world. And once again, we're reinforced to think that self care is selfish. So we keep playing small, please the masses, and try to be seen as the good girl. We also dim our light to make sure everyone else around us is happy. We've experienced the backlash often of being outspoken and the unwanted attention that it draws, making us subject to being judged, disliked, or possibly rejected. Being busy or distracted helps cope with the chaos in our head. So we double down, buy a lot of self help books, or take up yoga and meditation, go on expensive retreats, buy personal development courses that we don't follow through or finish. And the overwhelm only escalates because that shiny object syndrome causes us to run on empty. In search of help, we often turn to therapy or pharmaceutical intervention to manage the symptoms. But without getting honest with ourselves, nothing seems to change. So, in an effort to try to look and feel and be good enough, we find new distractions, maybe an addiction to getting healthy. But very often, the internal voice takes back over, and we can't shake the thought that taking care of ourselves is selfish. So we give up, surrender back to the unhealthy life habits once again, only to perpetuate the vicious cycle of self sabotage. If this is your story, or whatever your situation or path is, perhaps you're here today and still listening to me because at this point, something I've said has struck a chord in your heart and given you the hope that maybe, just maybe, things could really be different. Well, here's the good news that you've been waiting for. They can, and my life is proof of that. But there is a problem. Most of us get it backwards. Most women think that somehow we can fix our self confidence and worth if we could just get enough money. It's like if we could just be more successful, get that perfect job, start our own business, make the big money, or be seen in the right circles with all the right things, then we would finally feel more valuable, worthy, and confident. Somewhere we've been taught to equate our value with what we make instead of just who we are as a human. Now, I get it, it's all over social media, so it's easy to get it mixed up. But here's the real truth. If you don't understand your VQ and see yourself as worthy, valuable, and enough, just as you are right here, right now, then you're sending your subconscious a message that you neither want or deserve the things that you say you do. So, your amazing brain and your reticular activating system goes about finding ways to sabotage your blessings and find all of the reasons you can't have what you want. It's literally the gatekeeper to your brain and your success. So, the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you have about not being valuable and worthy, are actually the reasons why you don't get what you want. And for some women, earning the money is not even the issue, but receiving and retaining the money is. They're terrified of losing it or knowing how to invest or spend it right, so they end up hoarding it or they blow it all. Still, not enjoying the freedom that money can bring and the abundance and joy for their life. It's ludicrous, right? So, can you see a cycle here? Your VQ is the solution. And it's true. I want to share everything that I've learned with you and how I learned to stop that cycle, how I learned to improve my VQ and embrace my truth. Because your real story, your gifts, and your light is the one that the world needs to know right now more than ever. We need you to take off that mask. Now, during those years as a financial advisor, I began to notice how big of an impact VQ has on every aspect of our life for both men and women. But for women, I noticed that our value, worth, and money relationship was like a three-stranded cord. These three things are so intertwined that it's easy to get it backwards. But discovering the VQ link between confidence, value, and money was key to my personal transformation from a financial advisor to a coach and my life's purpose. And it gave me the confidence to be open to the amazing relationship and marriage that I now have with my husband, Jason. And finally, it was critically key to my financial freedom. It's also what I began sharing in my one on one coaching. And now, everything that I've learned on my way and my clients' journeys has been put into a money mindset mastery system where we don't just focus on getting you more money, wealth, or things. We go straight to the root of what's causing you the symptoms and affecting your relationships and quality of life to begin with. But I wanted to share 5 things with you right now to begin to help you master your VQ so that you leave this video with something that will change your life if you apply it. So you walk away with value right away. And here's the first thought I want you to consider. Before today, what did I believe about money? Ask yourself that. Ready? Key number 1, rediscover. Ask yourself, where did I learn or develop my current thoughts, beliefs, and rules about money? Number 2, identify, do those thoughts, beliefs, and rules apply and fit with who I am today? And what are they costing me, really costing me? Until you come face to face with this, I believe that you'll continue to be out of alignment with what you deserve and desire. Third key is to connect. Connect with who you want to be and with how you want to feel about her. And I say her because I want you to think about this as if she was your best friend. Next, create a mental or written vision for this new version of yourself. What do you want your life to be like? What can you imagine for the possibilities of your future? Now remember, this isn't about you. This is about the future you. And the 5th key is to align the new rules, thoughts, and beliefs with the vision of who you are now and who you want to be and the life you want to live. And then begin to use all of these keys to unlock that future version of yourself with all of her possibilities, potential, value, and worth. Because when you fully understand and increase your VQ, you are able to release the drama, trauma, and limiting beliefs that have been keeping you and your money stuck. You'll no longer blame yourself or anyone else for your failures because you'll see them as learning opportunities to grow. You'll begin to regain a passion and a purpose for life because you'll finally accept yourself and feel worthy of loving yourself just as you are. You'll feel a newfound confidence and you'll no longer dim your light or allow anyone else to dim it. Instead, you'll learn to find new ways to allow it to shine brightly. And in place of the fear, insecurity, and shame of your past, you'll be led by an internal purpose, confidence, and unshakable belief. You'll begin to make big, bold choices for your life, and you'll find that money begins to flow effortlessly from ways you could never anticipate or expect before. But even better, you'll be able to receive and manage the money in ways that align with your new worth and value, free from the self sabotage of your past. So, if this sounds like you and anything that you desire and it stirred your soul, I want you to consider, what are you going to do about what you just learned? Are you going to stay stuck where you are, waiting on a catastrophe to give you an excuse to make a change as you continue to wear the mask? Or are you ready to finally stop sacrificing yourself, your worth, and your financial abundance? Are you ready to courageously embrace who you're created to be with confidence, passion, and purpose? And are you ready to learn about how you can increase your VQ and make the positive changes I just shared with you today by joining me over a 90-day masterclass where you can start truly accepting yourself, owning your relationships, worth, value, and financial abundance? If this is your calling and you said yes, then let's have a chat. I've opened up my calendar for a limited number of spots into my one-on-one mindset mastery program, and I'm ready to chat with those women who said yes. They are ready to master their VQ and unlock their earning potential and have their best life. If that's you and you're ready to make a commitment to yourself today, then I ask you to click the button below and just schedule a chat with me to learn more. On the call, we'll discuss your vision and what has stopped you from getting to this point in the past. We'll begin to identify and clear a path that we can work forward to together. I'm so excited to meet you and chat with you. So tap the button below, get on my schedule before the calendar fill up, and let's just have the conversation because your amazing and abundant future awaits.